All right. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. Look, I'm actually on time today. If you hadn't noticed, I have moved all of our events back to 3 o'clock because as we get into winter's daylight saving time, 3 o'clock I think is going to work a little bit better than 3:30. So, yeah, I've moved the time just a little bit. Because remember, we spring forward and we fall back. So anyway, starting with today, we're going to start at 3 o'clock instead of 3:30 from here on out for at least the next month. I put a bunch of events up, things like, I don't even know, like, let's see, we're doing tatting next Monday. Hey, Kathy. So next Monday we're doing tatting. Wednesday I think we're going to get back to some of the weaving with the hand spun, hand dyed, hand woven project that just kind of fell off the radar. Then we're going to do some Mediterranean knotted lace and some spinning, and then we will get back into, let's see, spinning. Oh, and then Thanksgiving week. My plan is to do one of the Kariki Press ornament kits, which if you didn't notice, we do have those up for pre-order, and I've got a little pre-order discount on all of them, so you can get them a little bit cheaper, because if you pre-order, it helps me know how many to order, and I do appreciate that. That way I don't order too many. So if you're interested at all in any of the kits, and there are 12 kits available now, those are all up on the website. You can pre-order those. I'm going to try and get the order in this week, even though I have Ozark Fiber Fling tomorrow. Oh my god, it's tomorrow. I'm trying really hard to get ready for it, but I'm so sleepy and I'm so tired. Because, you know, I've been sick and Ina's been sick and she's not sleeping well, and anyway. And yes, you can hear the roosters. I have 2 roosters out of the 6 silkies that I grew out this summer. So ended up with 2 roosters and 4 hens, which is okay for now. And I've got the little chickie chicks in the plant room that are growing out. I'm not keeping all of these chickens either, so no matter what Heather and Danielle may tell you at Pearly Shell, I am not keeping all of the chickens. I am selling some of the chickens. Oh, but it was finally cool enough. Look, I got to wear my hand-spun, hand-knit sweater today, so there we go. And you know, anyway, it fits nice, and that's exciting to me that I could finally wear my sweater, because I started this project, if you remember, in January and February, and anyway, yeah, so it's just, today's a chat day. We're just gonna chitty chat. I do want to remind you all, if you haven't done your year of self-care post yet, for November, get on it. It's November. It's a whole new thing. This month is all about thankfulness and remembering the people who are either currently in our lives or who have been in our lives that have influenced us in our crafting. I can tell you that the nasty frost did hit hard last night. All of my plants are in the process of expiring out in the garden. It's unfortunate, but it does happen. And Tina's box, which arrived Monday, I did finally go through it, and I had asked her to send me the pom-pom maker. This one happens to be the jumbo pom-pom maker, which has been hanging around at the shop forever. To make pom-poms for my kid, I had bought this like random clearance acrylic to make other things, but yeah, anyway, giant pom-poms, and my kid loves the giant pom-poms. However, there's like, of course it's not in here, but there was a little insert in here with like a very specifically colored pom-pom, and that is what she wants. So I now am on a mission to eventually make it to a, you know, cheap yarn store, not my own yarn store, because I'm sorry, if I'm making pom-poms, I'm gonna make it from like leftovers. And I made some fun ones from leftovers. I'll take a picture and share it with you guys. Because, you know, I'm a knitter and a hoarder and a crafter, right? So I don't throw away my leftover yarn. I stick all that stuff in a tote, organized by color, sometimes by weight, mostly by color. And then I can pull it out when I need it for things like pom-poms. So yeah, it's a funky, like 4-color pom-pom. I made some that were more multi/stripe colored, but anyway, she was totally into the pom-poms. So I actually think I'm going to order, they've got another like pom-pom maker kit in 4 different sizes that I can get, and I can get it from a Japanese supplier, and I need to put an order in there anyway, so I'm pretty sure I'm just going to get like some more pom-pom makers in. So if anybody watching this like wants the kit, or once the giant pom-pom maker, we do have these available. We will have them available. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I'm making giant pom-poms for my kid. Whatever. I've made 4 of them now. I'd really like to stop making them, but it appears that she likes them. Charlie has now joined me out here on the deck. So this is Charlie. He's the outside kitty. This would be the cat that decided to crawl in my car on Saturday when the door was open. And then, of course, I got really sick on Sunday. Thankfully, it was not a hot day because my car was parked outside, and I didn't realize that Charlie was still in my car. And it was Monday morning before I really went looking for him and realized that the cat was not outside where he should be. And happened to look in my car and notice that he was sitting in there, very happy. I haven't found any cat poop in there yet. Still a possibility. He might have peed in there. I don't know. I did have a ton of cat fur, like all over my seats. And, he honestly was pretty normal when he popped out, even though he'd had no water. And the only food that he could have survived on would have been like crackers and things my child has dropped that are still in my car for like 36 hours, something like that. But yeah, he is none the worse for wear after being in my car for 36 hours. I'm just really grateful that it wasn't hot out since I had, parked outside, and that I looked for him before I closed my doors on Saturday. I didn't see him. It doesn't mean he wasn't in there, clearly, because he was. But I did look for you, you little booger. He's just staring at me, because that's what he does. Anyway, so yeah, if you guys are, closing up your car, don't forget to look for your outside cats if you happen to live on a little mini farm like me, where you keep one outside specifically to eat things like the mice and shrews and moles and voles and all kinds of things. So anyway, today is a chat day. If you have questions, make sure you toss them in the comments so that I can find them. I will do my best to answer anything, but I'm talking fiber, and I'm talking like things that are going on and some things to look forward to. So we do have the advent calendars that we're ordering from Japan that are the super cute embroidered ones. I got to get that order in this week. I got to get the Kariki Press order in this week. So if you are into embroidery and you want to do the Kariki Press ornaments, or you want to do the advent calendar, go ahead and get those orders in. I think I've got a little discount on both of those just as a thank you for pre-ordering. What else do I have going on? I am teaching at the Ozark Fiber Fling this weekend. I actually leave tomorrow. My friend Lauren's coming today. She's gonna help me get the car packed, hopefully in a smart manner, so that we can go tomorrow and unload and get all set up. And then Friday and Saturday we'll be at Steelville, Missouri for the Ozark Fiber Fling vending, and I'll be teaching. So anyway, you'll see me there. I will have with me some of the fun books that we've ordered in, like the Selbu Mittens. If you don't have a copy of this book, it's a super cool one. There are just, it says that there's over 500 charts and 35 classic patterns. But honestly, I look at it kind of like a template, because, honestly, you can take a lot of the patterns that are in here and use them in other things, not just mittens. You could do hats, you could do cowls. No, I'm not staying at the Good Airbnb. She actually closed that bed and breakfast. Sorry, yeah, Airbnb. Well, she was on Airbnb. She closed the bed and breakfast, so I'm just at a boring hotel. I looked for another like bed and breakfast or Airbnb, and I just didn't quite find one. So I booked a boring hotel. But anyway, I'm taking some extra copies that I happen to have of the Sell Blue Mittens book with me. If you don't have one, get your order in like ASAP so that I can ship this off and then I don't have to take it with me. Because, you know, books, like one book is not too heavy, but when you start stacking like 20 or 30 of these guys together, oh my goodness, the books get really, really heavy. But I'm going to take several of our books that we have ordered in because I just think that they're super cool and I love color work. And we have the Darney and we have the Soft Donegal and we have Erin Donegal, and all of those are awesome for color work. We carry Lopi, we carry some other things, but we love the Donegal for things like this because it's wonderful. It's just wonderful. There's, you know, nothing more to say about that. But anyway, so I'm taking a whole bunch of books with me. I am going to have some of my hand spun. I'll have some ryeberry, tiny dab of blazing fibers. I have just a little bit of that left, like 6 or 8 skeins, not very much. I'll have some roving that Tina dyed, and I'm going to have a ton of thread because I have Olympus and Perlavka and Lizbeth, and of course I'm teaching tatting and I'm teaching the Mediterranean knotted lace. And I did put Elena's books up for pre-order on the website, so if you want to check those out and order one, we'd love to have you do that because it helps us buy more books, specifically Elena's books, to share with everybody. But anyway, if you have questions, like, now is your time to throw them out there. I don't have a ton of people here today, but I'm going to sit here for a little bit and work on my fun shrug thingy that I am making for Pearly Shell, because I do need to get this done. Everything else just seems to get in the way. Well, and I've been so tired. I've been so tired. So, and yesterday was my birthday, so now I'm all of like 38. I think that's right. Yeah, it is. So creeping closer to 40. Ina's birthday is at the end of the month, so I've been trying to make sure I have everything ready for that. And I bought her one of those like little hat topper kits that we used to sell at the store. But I bought it at a big box store, which, you know, happens sometimes. But it was a kitty one because she just loves kitties, so I'm gonna make her the little kitty hat topper thing. And anyway, she spotted it and she just wanted the kitty. She didn't want the hat. She's like, I just want the little kitty face thing. Yeah. So, yeah, Kathy, yesterday was my birthday. That's part of why we did the whole like Halloween birthday like sale thing. But we may end up doing some more sales now that I figured out how to do the scheduler. So tell your friends to kind of keep an eye on Facebook, Instagram. You know, I haven't been as active on TikTok as I should be. But YouTube, the newsletter, just, you know, check out all those things because we're trying to make sure that we're posting, you know, sales in multiple places. And so we're going to do a better job with that. Tina and I have talked and we agreed we need to do a better job getting the word out that we're having a sale. Because we still have a lot of yarn that we need to find new homes for because she's moving and we don't want to move it from one house to the next. So we need to pass it on to people who will love it and use it. You know, right? Anyway, what else can I tell you guys about? I'm trying to think. Yeah, so the hard frost, it did hit. I'm really glad that I picked all the stuff on I think it was Monday that I had Ina go help me pick the garden. And whew, boy, we picked a lot. But yeah, I'm looking out there and yeah, a lot of the plants are dead. The mustard seems to have kind of come back, and so has the kale, and the cauliflower, which, if you know anything about plants, those are usually cold hardy plants. To a certain extent. I mean, eventually they'll die, but we'll see if they survive, because this was the first night of, I think, 3 where we're supposed to have temperatures under freezing, so it's still like high 20s, which I know that sounds weird. I mean, it's just like barely freezing, kind of, but I don't expect any of them to survive past that, to be perfectly honest. It is what it is. You know, it's just that time of year. So I have no idea where I am on this pattern either. That could be a problem. I think I'm here. We're going to try it and see if it works. Yes. You know, if you struggle with knowing where you are in a pattern, it can be really helpful to use things like sticky notes, the little movable highlighter tape, which we do sell, and magnetic boards, which we've had in the past. Tina, I don't know if we have any of those right now, but those are also helpful. I don't know if we've talked about knitting styles lately. So I am a continental knitter, and I do like to do Portuguese sometimes. So, and I also do a combination for color work where I call it Portunental knitting, where I carry one color Portuguese style and one color continental style, and it allows me to go very fast. So I'm not a, I'm a picker, not a flicker, which I think is funny. I don't do Irish cottage. I'm not the fastest knitter out there, but I am reasonably quick. And anyway, there's no like necessarily wrong way to knit, but there can be some variations in how you're knitting that can change the look of your stitches, and that may cause you some grief if you don't know how to fix it. So sometimes people will twist the base of their stitches while they are knitting and not realize that they are doing it, and that can cause issues when they are doing things like cabling or lace work. So that's something to be aware of. You're catching up on works in progress, and you need to start 2 new projects. Wow. Yeah, I like really need to get this Pearly Shell Shrug done, and then I need to start designing on our slow yarn crawl patterns for next year, and I need to contact all of the shops and see who did not make it on my list yet but who would like to be involved with slow yarn crawl. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of part of my plan. It's not the only thing I have to get done today. Since I was gone and then we kind of all got sick, I'm behind on doing all of my cleaning. So I managed to get the duck house cleaned this afternoon, and I still have to do the little cheeky coop, and I gotta go to the rabbit barn, which I'm not really looking forward to. I think I'm going to have to take a nap though while Ina is napping. I put her down for a nap at about 2:30 my time. So we'll see what happens, but yeah. Anyway, I'm just like tootling along here on my little project. At least I know where some of my pitfalls are, and I can make corrections to my pattern. And then I'll have to get it test knit, and hopefully I think someone on Monday said, oh, I want to test knit that, so hopefully I can borrow their knitting needles to get this done. Speaking of knitting needles, we have had a giant order of Hiya that came in a couple of months ago that's been sitting at my house. So if you are looking for Hiya fixed circulars, we are very well stocked and can definitely help you out with that. What else can I tell you about? I restocked the Perlovka, so we got a brand new box of Perlovka. I think I put a picture up of some Perlovka recently, and that is all ready to go. So if you love the Perlovka thread, you can go order it now. It's available, and I will get it in the mail to you ASAP. Anyway, the timing on this shrug, well, I think technically, Kathy, I'm supposed to have this done so that Heather can send the pattern with her Christmas advents. So I'm a little behind. But it's one of those, like, once you knit like a repeat of a chart, you can test all 3 repeats of the chart even though you're not making the full thing. just to make sure it works, and it's only like 16 rows for each chart. So, you know, it's not an impossible task. And that's something that I forget to tell my testers a lot of times, is that, you know, yes, I do want a garment, but if you can just test all of the, you know, instructions, just do a quick run through, even though it's not a full knitting of the pattern once, and make sure that I haven't made, you know, charting errors of some egregious nature. That would be really helpful. So, yeah, I do need to do that. Anyway, I know I'm kind of boring today. I thought maybe we'd have a few more people who would pop on and ask questions or chit chat, but that's fine. Let's see. So what did I tell you the whole schedule for Thanksgiving week? I don't think I did. So Thanksgiving week, I thought we would do a stitch along on one of the Kariki Press ornament kits. Well, I'm going to stitch it, and you guys can join in if you want. And then on Wednesday, I thought I'll do a sewing day and, you know, maybe try to crank out a shirt or something for Ina. So, that's kind of my plan for Thanksgiving week. And then I may skip my Monday that next week, just because we will have been traveling. I don't know yet. I haven't fully decided. But I did at least go and put up today's and the next 2 weeks worth. 3 weeks worth? 2 weeks worth. Whatever. Several weeks worth. Must have been 3 weeks worth of events, so that you know what to expect and you can join in if you'd like to. But don't forget that we do post all of our videos to YouTube, so you can always catch our videos on YouTube. Tina posts there a ton. She's doing these really fabulous little morning coffee things. She's showing you the work that they're doing on their new house. She's showing you antique stores, and when she travels, she does, you know, little travel diaries. So that's a lot of fun. I don't have that much fun when I travel. Most of the time I travel to go volunteer and do something. But anyway, you can always join in on YouTube, but just make sure that you have hit that subscribe button so that you know when we have a new video. I always do these live on Monday and Wednesday for the most part, and then my videos eventually make it over to YouTube. Sometimes I get it up the same day, and sometimes it takes me a while. So it just really depends on what else I have going on. But make sure that you are liking our Facebook page, following our Instagram channel and our TikTok channel, and that you have subscribed, oof, so many different words, to our YouTube channel, because that way you'll get all of the notifications every time we put something new up. So anyway, and if you haven't yet, do make sure that you go subscribe to the newsletter as well, because we do different things in all of those places. We try not to be too repetitive, but you know, we want to share with you what we have going on. So anyway, oh, you're flying to Anchorage. Oh yeah, Kathy, that's some work right there. I think I told you guys on Monday that I'm carrying my yarn up the side, and I'm about to do that. So here I am. My yarn is coming from 2 rows down, and I'm just literally going to hold this up here and knit my first stitch. And I know that my stitch is a little loose, but every time I go to work with my yarn, when I'm on my next set of 2 rows, then it tightens that stitch. So I never worry about it being a little bit loose, because I can always tighten that stitch up when I come to it. So it's another little tiny hint from Kelly. Sometimes people sweat the small stuff. I know that's a really old saying now. But they worry too much about pieces instead of the whole picture. So when you are knitting or crafting or whatever, making needlework, looking at things, just remember that we look at the big picture far more than we ever look at the tiny details. And I think that's true when we look at our lives as well. So now I'm going to get a little philosophical. But there are a lot of times when I look at social media posts, Facebook, Instagram, I'm watching a YouTube video, whatever. And I mean, honestly, I worry far more about my own looks and what I'm doing and what I have going on than anybody else ever will. So when you are looking at somebody else's social media, just kind of keep in mind that, you know, you're seeing the big picture, you aren't seeing the nitty gritty. A lot of times you aren't even seeing what's real. I'm very real. You get Kelli with like her hair down and pimples and flyaways, and I talk about all the mistakes that I make while knitting, because I think that those mistakes help people. And I think it's important to acknowledge that I make mistakes pretty much every day. Like every day I make some kind of mistake. And I think it's important to acknowledge that and then move on. I really struggled with that because I'm a type A and I wanted everything to be perfect and right. And sometimes I still beat myself up. So that's also an issue. Don't beat yourself up. It's really hard to say that, but you know, the older I get, the more forgiving I am to myself. And I still have anxiety. Oh boy, I have so much anxiety. But you just have to do what you're going to do. And I have to keep reminding myself that everything that I see on social media has been, you know, mostly primped and properly placed and painted and plucked and, what's another P word that I can use? Primed for consumption. So I need to remember that when I'm looking at things and not judge myself and my own efforts so harshly, but just keep trying to get a little bit better every time. So anyway, I know that was a very like random philosophical discussion, wasn't it? 95% is good enough. I think I've dropped even lower than that right now. I'm like down to maybe a B. I'm like, if I can make 80% of my commitments, you know, 80%, then I'm doing all right. And sometimes I hit higher and sometimes I hit lower. But it's kind of my goal, is if I can 80% most of what I'm doing, if I can get 80% of it done on time, 80% of it done correctly the first time, then I'm doing okay. And part of that's just, you know, Ina and how much harder it is to get everything done when you are, you know, stay-at-home momming. And, you know, like I had no plans to make pom-poms yesterday or today. But as soon as the pom-pom maker came and she realized what it was, because never open the box in front of your child, yeah, then we had to have pom-poms. So anyway. Alright, well, that was kind of a random little chatty question day, but I hope I filled everybody in. So just remember, if you're watching this later, to go make your post for your year of self-care. It's all about thankfulness. It can be about anything, though. Anything that you're working on. It could even be about pom-poms. If you want a pom-pom maker, Tina says that we do have another one of the jumbo pom-poms in stock. They're $11.75, so they're not like super expensive either. And really, really easy, and there's like instructions on the back, like, okay, and it's written instructions, but there's also some really easy photo instructions, so, you know, just mentioning that. If you need to make jumbo pom-poms. Very, very handy. I do think, though, I'm going to order a set, because they have a set from Clover that's not the jumbos, but like the 4 sizes below that, so I think I'm going to order that, because I do have a lot of extra yarn that I've collected over the years of, you know, bits and bobs left over from everything that I make. So, who knows? We might make a whole pile of pom-poms, and I don't know what we'll do with them. We could make a pom-pom tree. I have no idea. But my kid thinks it's fun. Of course, I'm the one doing all of the making. I was hoping that she could wrap them, but no. Anyway, if you do want a pom-pom maker, we can help you out. Don't forget to check out our new books, all the pre-order books. We had a ton of fun books that are available over there. And if you do happen to be in the Steelville, Missouri area, which is It's about an hour and a half, to the south and west of St. Louis, so not that far away from St. Louis. Yeah, pop on in this weekend. I think we are open from like 10 to 6 tomorrow, and then 9 to 4, not tomorrow, Friday. 9 to 4 then on Saturday. So 10 to 6 on Friday and 9 to 4 on Saturday. And I am teaching, Tina made some super fun little kits for me so I can teach the colorwork and steeking class with the Bobble Mug Cozy. And yeah, I've got all kinds of fun stuff to show you. So if I have a chance, I will try to do a short live from Ozark. So watch for that video, and you can check out like all the fun stuff that I will have set up there. Yeah, but make sure that you have subscribed to the newsletter, to the YouTube channel, the TikTok channel, the Instagram channel, that you're following our Facebook page. Where else do we go? I don't know. Did I say subscribe to the newsletter? I think I did, but whatever. That you're checking out the website. We have fun new stuff that we're trying to post almost every week. And Tina is doing some super fun things on her morning coffee videos, so if you haven't checked those out, we've got a ton of them. We have a ton of videos. Like if you just need something to play in the background while you're working, you can always put on Kelli and Tina via the Black Sheep Fiber Emporium YouTube channel and listen along with all of our adventures and all the things that we have been doing over the past like year and a half. I mean, we have a ton of videos up there, a ton. So anyway, until Monday, when we will be talking tatting, and I'll be demonstrating the Pico combs. If you haven't heard me talk about them or seen them yet, they're a pretty cool little tool. I'm going to demonstrate the Pico combs on Monday, and then we'll be doing more fun stuff for the rest of the month. So anyway, Kathy, it's always nice to have you on the live video chats, but you know, don't forget to post a year of self-care, because I know you're always working on a project. So thanks, guys. As I always say, remember to take care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, and craftually. So make sure that you are doing just that little bit of crafting every day. I mean, I feel better because I at least got 4 rows done on this, and I'm a little bit closer to being finished. And I've now made 4 pom-poms. So I'm not sure how much this counts, but I've made 4 pom-poms. Whatever. Anyway, so, you know, take care of yourself, and I will see you all on Monday when we do some fun tatting stuff. So, all right. Bye, guys.